A very good morning to you. How you doing? Karibu sana on this beautiful Monday. Not as chilly, well, probably where I'm coming from, not as chilly as it's been the last couple of days.
I know.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful, beautiful Monday. Karibuni sana to your world. My name is Mikali Mary.
And my name is Winnie Lubamba. So excited. Just a few minutes ago, I was asking, Winnie, today is Monday. It really doesn't feel like a Monday.
What day does it feel like, Winnie?
Like a Wednesday?
Why?
I have no idea.
But I don't think Wednesday is a bad day to start.
Right?
Though, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's more pressure on Monday. Wednesday is more...
Yeah, relaxed.
Yes.
Maybe that is how I'm feeling today.
Yes.
Like relaxed doesn't feel like a Monday, but I hope that you're also feeling the same. Not the Monday blues, but excited about the weekend, the day. Welcome to the show. It's Mindful Monday, and you know, every Mindful Monday, we talk about things that we should be mindful about, sometimes even remind ourselves of these things, or sometimes teach us, okay, a few things here and there. And today's conversation is not so new. I am aware, I'm aware that we talk about these conversations in our groups amongst ourselves, and we ask ourselves so many questions, and this is as far as purpose
is concerned.
It's concerned. And this word purpose. You know, for a very long time, I actually struggled with this thing called purpose, because I'm like, oh, okay, because in my mind, when you ask me
think purpose,
purpose, I'll be like athletes. You know, they found their purpose.
Yes, it has to be big, it has to be grand, and it has to be one thing. It can only be one thing that I will do for the rest of my life. And once I find that one thing, I am done. Now, my whole life is looking for that one thing.
Up until now.
And it's supposed to be grand. No. Niko afadhali.
Okay. I mean, same. Really, same. Yeah, for a very long time, I struggled with it. But, you know, I think the more we interact, the more we have these conversations, the closer we get to really understanding, you know, purpose and what it means and, you know, and all those things. So today on the show, that is what we'll be focusing, you know, and that is unlocking your why. And we'll be looking at the secret to a purpose-driven life. An amazing conversation, which I can't wait to have. Our panel is already here, but before you meet them,
We've got a question for you. And the question we're asking you today is, what's one thing that makes you jump out of bed excited and why? What's one thing that makes you jump out of bed excited and why? That's our question for you today. Yes, it's a beautiful question. NTV Kenya on all our social media platforms. Indulge us, let us know what is that. What is that thing that gets you that way? You can call us as well. Our WhatsApp line pia iko open. Utuambie kama SMS aingi, call us.
Don't call on the WhatsApp number.
Don't call on the WhatsApp number. Call on the other number.
Yes, then text us on WhatsApp, okay? All right, let's meet your panel this morning on my...
Like, when will start?
We have Yvonne Omondi, who is awakened. Okay, she's awakened, not just awakened, but she's also fulfilled, and she's here to tell us, hey, how did you get there? Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for making the time. You all look amazing. They come out like Monday. Today the week started. I am Vizuri. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you.
Really nice to have you on the show. We'll also have Mwene Kariuki, who is a purpose coach, the person that we really need to talk to. And to say purpose. This whole conversation about purpose and how you find it, and does it change over time? Is it just a one-time thing, and then does it have to be grand? We have so many questions for you. So thank you for making the time. And we have a Gloria Chabet, who is a self-mastery coach.
Do not hold back. Go all the way, Gloria. It's fine.
I was born on a Monday, so it's my day.
You are? Okay, so this is like your day.
It is my day.
Okay.
It is my time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for making the time. You look amazing. Self-mastery. You know, how do we get there where we master self? Because most of the time we don't even know self. So how are we mastering the self that we don't know? But you're here to also help us, you know, understand all that. So thank you so much for making the time. An all-female panel. Really excited about it. Right? And in that energy and you know, all the good stuff. Okay, can we start with you? Purpose, like we said, because most of the time when you think purpose, you think grand, you think you need to find it earlier. Find your purpose up until now, you're doomed, you know, for life and all those things. Can we just understand purpose in its basic, rawest
Mwananchi, understandable kind of way.
Two-year-old kind of way.
Yes.
Purpose is what makes you feel fulfilled. And I was just sharing with Chebet just now and telling her that there are very many successful people, very many high achievers who are still very unfulfilled and still wondering, what am I doing here? So purpose is what makes you feel fulfilled. Now, it's not grand. It can come at any time. It can come when you're 60 or it can come earlier. To put it in the in the best way.
The most basic way.
The most basic way. Yes.
Like if I get out of bed and I get to work on time and there's no traffic and I feel good and I feel fulfilled.
That's good for that day. But at the end of the year, what makes you feel fulfilled? What makes you feel that I've done this and I'm passionate about it and I want to do it again and again and again. Yes. And very often purpose is not about us. Purpose is about other people. Yes, very often.
It's quite personal.
Yeah, that's a personal one.
No, but there's an angle to it. There is an angle to it. Right? I see. It's not really for me.
For me, but even the people that I work with, like Jackson, our director, will be like, hatakuwa na stress here. To 10 different problems because we need Jafika and but I hear what you're saying, because most of the time we focus on self. We don't focus on other people and what is it that I can do for them. Okay, I think maybe then that's the twist that we really needed to hear.
There's something else, even as I hear you say that, there's something about self-mastery that is bringing us at a very like a cross point of things where I need to understand self and put myself first. And then I also need to take care of other people. So what comes before the other? Is there a correlation of understanding self, doing me, and also being able to do others without losing self?
And with
Gloria,
I can see the eyes have shifted to me. Thank you very much. The tension is here. So let me start first by answering, at least in my own understanding, what purpose looks like, and then intertwine that with how self-mastery comes into play. So you're right. Purpose is not something grandiose. It's very, very simple. It's the way in which you fully show up, fully express yourself, living in alignment with your divine values, with your heart-aligned values, and also in your divine nature. So fully coming home into yourself. That is our role as life, to take care of life. That's our purpose. How you express that, now that is different between every one of us. I will express based on how I've understood my journeys of life through teaching. Somebody else will express it through sports. Somebody else will express it through dancing. And somebody can be able to express themselves in very different areas and bringing them into something very different that people haven't seen. So it's not something already outside of us. We're already living our purpose, all of us. So stop looking for something that isn't there yet, because your purpose isn't discovered once you've unlocked the parts of you that is keeping you away from your divinity. Right? Once you've aligned and you're back into your heart. So from that point of view, then self-mastery becomes really fundamental, because I love using this word, Ubuntu. I am because you are. Unless I master myself, I will not be able to serve the other person. And unless I know myself, meaning I understand my body, I understand my mind, I understand my spirit, which is heart, then I will not be able to understand how to integrate the things I've been able to go through. And from that, gain the wisdom sufficient enough for me to educate other people on it. So unless we figure that part out, you might even tap into what is your purpose. For example, maybe music is something that comes out really naturally for you. But because you're not really in the depth of understanding of who you are as a person, then you will start singing the way Bian is there. My enemies are suffering. So now you will be releasing another song to counter or to hit that tone, because that's what is trending. So we'll be lost in the noise of what your particular gift is, instead of focusing on your unique style. And the problem with that is harmony is built when different people sing different tones, and then it becomes different beautiful mosaic music, right?
Yes.
So, but if you're all sopranoing, somebody's gonna do this. Right? Yeah. Somebody has to bass, somebody has to alto, somebody has to soprano. All those things are important to building a harmony. As a collective, as humans, we are building a harmony. So if I'm copying Mabel, if I'm copying karaoke, then who's gonna sing my tune? Then we get lost. So come back and release all these stories around what Papa should be. Are you fully living your life from the depths of your soul?
So that's your question. There's a lot of alignment. There's the divine alignment.
That's foundation.
And then there's the...
That's foundation.
Yeah. So all this alignment, okay? And I think we'll probably discuss this throughout the conversation. I mean, throughout the show, in terms of then understand how do you even, first of all, come to that alignment, okay? But before that, awakened and fulfilled.
And fulfilled.
Yes.
See how she'll just say yes.
Yeah? Like awakened and fulfilled. Like she woke. Yeah? This girl is woke. Can we talk about the before? Wow. Before the awakening, before the fulfillment, before all these other things. Who were you? What was life like for you? What were you? Yeah. What was life like?
Okay, I will say that before awakening or before the fulfillment, my life was more of, I was busy doing the schoolwork.
Okay.
I just wanted to perform.
As expected. All parents would be like, and I should have saw me.
And I should have saw me. So I was just concentrating on the schoolwork throughout. But after finishing my bachelor's, I realized that there is emptiness within me that is more than this schoolwork. It's more than this education. I needed to know more about myself, and at the same time, how I can use what I have to impact the world. And that is the time that because I had a lot of questions, I had a lot of questions on how to just identify myself. That's identity. At the same time, where I'm going. So with all that questions, I had to enroll in a mental health training. Because they told me that it's not about when you enroll for mental health, it's not like you are
cuckoo. There's something going on.
There's something going on. No. So I enrolled for mental health training, where I was able to get a therapist. And from the therapist, I discover, I'll say myself. Because through healing, I realized that there's more I can do as myself. Because I'm determined, I'm observant, I'm detailed, and I can use that to change the world. But before that, I needed to package them well, so that I can give it to the world in a way that is good for everyone. Because as Coach Gloria has said, it's not for us, and Coach Kariuki here, it's not for us, it's for the world. And I already have it. How can I give it to the world? And that is the time that I also enrolled for coaching training.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Look at you.
Transformational
Look at you. I am just curious. So finding you, the you that was there before, that's woman pattern. So what was the before you? Like, what were you like? Because like you said, you just focused on schoolwork but you felt empty.
Yes. I felt empty because, I was following the program per se. Because our parents will tell us, go and
thriving at the program.
And you ensure you thrive because education is the key. So I didn't know that we have a lot of keys in there. That, education is part of it. So I was just concentrating on education throughout my secondary school, my university. But one thing, there was a turning point whereby after joining university, the funny thing, I wanted to do engineering. That's the funny thing. Yes, but I didn't get that. What I got is Bachelor of Science, and it was like general.
I
was mad at myself. I was mad at God because what is this?
Because what you wanted is not what you got.
Different. And this one, there is no identity in it. What is Bachelor of Science? It looks like it's so general. So after that, going for an internship, after being shortlisted, I remember the manager asking me, "Who are you? Where can we place you?" Yes, in this company, where can we place you? And that is what made me to be like, I need to find my identity. I need to find who am I, because I've already gone the system. And now I need to find who is Yvonne.
That is, it's interesting. It's very. Is it a possibility to be able to live understanding or knowing this is who I am, and really that's not who you are? Because you grow up probably defined by other things, and you know this is it. I am doing everything they said we do. I'm doing it. And am I wrong to just live like that because that's all I know? And I don't feel muito, awakening, calling, emptiness. I just feel like I'm okay. They wanted a lawyer in the family. We have lawyers in the family. I'm a lawyer in the family. I have two little beautiful kids, and it's a boy and a girl. It's perfect.
That's one.
And are you alright with that?
It wanted.
I don't know. Is it
That's the question.
Okay.
Are you alright with that? Because the people who come for the counsel or the coaching, sorry, I also have a bit of counseling. So I kind of go between the two.
It's fine.
So the people who come for coaching is because they want to find out what else is there. Yes, what else? There are people who want to find out what else is there. But there are also those who are uncomfortable where they are and they want to know what next. How do I move from this point to another point? There could be someone else who just doesn't know. They finished school, but they don't know what they even want, you know, or even what they want to do in school.
And sometimes is that okay to not know at that point? Of
course.
Because there's this expectation, what you're saying, there's this expectation that go to school, get good grades, get a good job, get married, get kids.
Do life,
okay? And most of the time, we are expected to figure it out. We're expected to know. Like, how do you not know what you want to do? How do you not know where you want to be in future? There's that pressure. Like, sometimes we just do things that other people want because we're expected to give an answer at that time.
And I think there are very many young people, especially young people who do. I think you've heard of people who've done medicine and they take the certificate home and they say, you know? So that happens where we are shaped by what other people. But what about me inside? What is it about me? What do I want? What? And like I said, this purpose, the issue of purpose can come at any age where you feel, I've done all this, what else? What else is there in life? You know?
Can we have purpose? Is it a one thing? Do we have different seasons for different things, different purposes towards different people, different situations?
That can happen. That
so
can happen. And because I'm a Christian, a lot of the times I align my coaching with Christianity. And I believe that there is no accident. Nobody is born by accident. Everybody is created on purpose. That's my belief. Everybody, including that farmer at home, you know, or that lady, Mama Mboga, we may look and say, everyone has a purpose. Including the CEO somewhere, they have a purpose. So nobody is born by accident. God creates everyone with a purpose and for a purpose. So he doesn't just bring us here just to wake up and go.
Wake up and live and survive. And
And I think you've heard from all three that many times that purpose is outside of her. What am I doing? As she said, what am I doing with my skills for the rest of the community or for other people?
Is there a difference between purpose and passion, or is it one and the same thing? Like Mikani asked, is it possible to have like different purposes and different times and occasions and all those things? But now, because a lot of people say purpose and passion, go hand in hand. Your passion is your purpose. Like there's a lot of confusion and intertwining of these things that sometimes we're like, okay, we don't know.
That is true.
Because by the time I discover I will have a passion for it. And the interesting thing is that when you discover sometimes what you want to do, and I'm sure the others will add, many times you may not do it even without being paid for it. You may do it without, doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be paid for it. I see you.
I'm curious, what is happening? What is going on in your mind with the passion and purpose thing? What is going on? Where are you at this point?
Where am I?
Yes.
So as far as purpose and passion is concerned, I want to look at passion as the way you would look at say we're making chapo.
Okay.
I like using analogies.
Yeah.
So we're making chapo or cake, that's nice, or chapos, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the icing is something I'm passionate about.
Okay.
The flour is something I'm passionate about.
Okay.
The water is something I'm passionate about, right?
Yeah.
But then the whole thing becomes a cake, which ends up being your expression, which ends up being your purpose. Okay. So I might have different ways in which I show up in expressing things that bring me joy. For example, guys, I made the dress I'm wearing.
Did you?
Yeah.
No way.
And more.
Like I actually made it.
I did it down into the inner ones, but we shall not talk about that on TV.
Okay.
I have decorum.
And what did you did share what you made it from?
Sorry?
What you made them from?
Bamboo,
Yeah.
shall get them.
Wow.
And then
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I play music instruments. I love drumming. I was drumming yesterday in Masai Market here in town with some guys. Those are things I'm passionate about.
Okay.
But that does not necessarily mean that's my purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why somebody might discover something that they're really passionate about when they're younger, and then after a while it fizzles out.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry on. But then one thing I've known about purpose, first that thing will scare the hell out of you. Okay, before you get comfortable to walk down those shoes, it will tear you apart and put you together, and tear you apart and put you together enough times. But that's why I don't look at purpose in the way people tend to explore purpose. I tend to look at purpose as preserving life, and then how I express life differs. So today I will do one thing that is very different than I was doing yesterday, but if you look at it from when you were a child, every single thing you did feeds into the purpose that your life is asking you to do, including the ones you think you did when you're wasting time. That job you did for 6 months that you hated, that boss needed to teach you something for you to work towards your purpose, towards the fulfillment of your soul. So passions are different ways my soul expresses itself. And then purpose is a way in which the compass to which my color makes in a mosaic different colors. So it's my soul's intention, my soul's lessons in this lifetime that I get to walk through. Once I've figured it out, now I get to express it out. So they're not the same things. They're very, it's like saying marketing and sales is the same thing. It's not. It's like saying branding and yes, it's not. But one expresses the other. So passions allows you to align with your soul's stories, the way your soul speaks. But then your purpose is what your soul intended to come learn one and then teach. Because life is all about learning and teaching. That's life. Reproduction. The best of me is passed down. And that's in nature continuously. So even my soul, when it came here, there's one specific thing it needed to learn. We all are, like she says, so I'm quite spiritual. I'm not quite religious, so I'm gonna be walking. We'll leave that conversation for another day. But for now, we each came here with an intention. Each of our souls came into this earth with an intention. And my soul, maybe perhaps I needed to come learn patience. And I'll be placed in environments all of my life where I'm tested to the latter, how patient I can be. So all these ways I express myself, I'm a lawyer, I'm a teacher, I'm a cook,
that's not it.
That's a very material expression.
When I was young, I used to love running. Now you tell me to.
And you're passionate about it then, right? Exactly.
I loved running. I loved to do like
but then,
did
it teach you endurance at that time?
Right.
Did it teach you perseverance? Those are things your soul needed to learn. And running was the way in which you would start practicing that. So it still had a purpose. But then at that point, it wasn't as you'd look at it right now. Right now, you'll wake up and life hits you and you're wondering, Amka, twende, let's go, guys. Guys are wondering, how do you manage to do this? Because you did that a lot in that training. You trained your system to be in endurance. So now you can do it. The rest of us will be looking at you wondering,
how do you do that?
Yes, but it's because of all those trainings your soul went through. So every single thing we go through in life is never by mistake. And where you are right now, you're not wrong to be there. That's exactly where your soul needs you to be.
Fantastic. Watch out to go a break on that because to go class, okay? The conversation today is unlocking your why, and we're looking at the secret to purpose-driven life. So much to come on the other side of the break, but the question that we're asking you today, introspective, okay? And that is, what is that one thing that makes you jump out of bed excited, and why? Well, we'll come back and understand the whys after the break. Do stay with us. The show is Your World. welcome back to the show. Of course, like we always say, the show does not stop when we go on a break. It's like there's a whole other show happening, during the break. But welcome back, just in case you're tuning in right now. The focus today is on unlocking your why.
Yes.
You know how most of the time, I am that one person who will always ask the whys. Like, why? Like, I ask a lot of whys, okay? So today we really want to understand, how do we unlock the why, okay? The secrets to living a purpose-driven life. And we're understanding purpose and how different purpose is from passion.
Yes. And what role your passion also plays into
aligning into your purpose.
It's beautiful.
It's a lot of alignment.
It is. There's a lot of that.
Today.
There's a lot of that, and a lot of introspection. I think this is that kind of conversation that takes you to a place of really, really questioning yourself. Quietly, slowly, it's been happening to me before we went on the break. I was just sitting here, not saying.
Because when she said, when she said passion and purpose, and the different, especially when it comes to the expression part.
Because I am one of those ones, super multi-talented. I will act, I will try sing, I will be here, I will MC, I will do all those things put together. But I will choose one and be like, this one looks serious. This enough to be the purpose. Is this the case that it covers the corner? You know, but
we're not.
We're learning.
We're learning today, okay? We're learning. What question? The question that we have for you this morning is very simple, but also the comments are hilarious.
You guys.
Okay? You guys. Go serious. Be mindful Monday, okay? The question that we're asking you this morning is, what is that one thing that makes you jump out of bed in excitement? And why? Okay? The why. The why is what we want to understand, okay? What is that one thing that makes you jump out of bed excited, and why? Where? Facebook.
Kuna kijana anaitwa Emmanuel Stanley. Unamwona? When I have an unexpected visitor.
Jump out of bed and clean your house. Haraka. Wakifika waone nyumba ni safi.
Trent. When my phone is fully charged. Surely, guys, let's have it. I'm not tuwapatie muda. Tuwapatie muda to understand the conversation. But then there's something interesting that's popping up.
Yes. Money. Money. Okay. Money. Mary Cecile Nyangweso anasema money. Mimi hadi napona nikisikia confirmed you have received. Anapona. Okay? And then Otima pia anasema confirmed. Money. Okay? And then there's another person here who said confirmed M-Pesa. Huyu ni Princess Kanyonga. And then
Calvin's money na dating. Emmanuel Siliu. Okay, so wacha tuachane na huyo. OCPD Ehudi channel as M-Pesa message you have received. Ngira money. Yvonne Anya confirmed you have received.
M-Pesa message. So money, can we just understand then this? Because I want to believe there's the why. You know how we're asking the whys today? I want to believe there's the why. Money is so important to us that would literally jump out of bed. And it's true. Pesa inafanyika unapona, wacha ngwambie. There's no lie to it. So can we understand the why? Who wants to take it, Chebet? Who wants to take it?
Okay, I can take it from my side.
Coach, coach in training. Walk. Fulfilled. Okay, go.
Okay, from my understanding, having studied and I knew that I will complete and start working and get money. That was my route or my journey to money, to getting money. But what I realized that when you get money from the point of struggle, then you'll struggle a lot. It needs to come from the point of peace.
Okay. Break it down. Break it down. As you've seen, we are waking up because we are struggling. We want that money. That's why we are jumping. That is our why. And that is what everyone is saying. So when you say, when you get that money out of a point of struggle, what does that mean? Is it struggle externally or is it struggle internally?
Okay, I will say it's both. Because struggling externally, it means that you're just going for that money to get the money. There's no fulfillment. You can only, when you are not struggling internally, both internally and externally, it means there is fulfillment. What you are doing, you are fulfilled about it. And that's your why.
Whether the money
why
is involved
makes
or not.
Yes. And your why will make you be very wealthy or rich. Because Because that's something that you are fulfilled. And when you have something that you are fulfilled, you are doing it from a point of passion. You're doing it from that point of anytime you can just do it. In the morning, you'll be ready to wake up because of that, your why. And the money will be coming automatically. The money will be working for you. Yes.
So it is possible to be fulfilled without money.
Yes.
At the start.
Let me pick it up from there. Let me pick it up from there. And I want to say that money is a means to an end, really, because that's how we pay our rent, we buy our clothes, and we eat anyway. But then we have to ask ourselves a question, especially the celebrities in the West. How many times do we see them committing suicide, drowning in the bathtub? They have all the money we would love. Why? Why?
Fulfillment, maybe? There's something
missing, isn't it? And that's why I said money is a means to an end. It makes us comfortable. It makes us get where we want to go. It helps us travel and see the world. But that's about it. It may not bring the true fulfillment that we are looking for. If it did, all the rich people will be happy and comfortable. But how many people are very wealthy and crying in their homes? You know? So that's something we need to ask ourselves.
Gloria is swinging and smiling. And I don't know what's going on there, but we're about to find out. As you tell us that, you're holding on to this book that I'm so curious about. So you'll also tell us what that is as you answer this question about money.
So this is, to be honest, is product placement. Let me just... I wrote this book.
I
know, I am looking for it. Which side? So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know very subtly that I wrote a book as well. Very on top of all of my other... Yes. So let's get back to the conversation on money. I quite like this
You
one.
will tell us about the book at some point.
We will talk about the book because it actually plays a lot in the conversation we're having today as far as purpose is concerned and our why. So it will come into play. So it's placed but intentionally placed. Now, in my perception of money, money is a feminine energy. It's a feminine essence, money itself. Same as love, same as peace, same as all these other emotions that we work with. Money is energy. And I want you to notice this. The problem that we have prioritized today is not entirely our doing, is particularly because of the structures and the blueprint that makes the consciousness of the reality we live in today. I might sound a bit complex, but please bear with me. The truth is, there are two forces that control life. At this point, there's a lot of struggles between those two forces. One, it's either love or fear, which fear is control, and then love is expansion. When you trick it down to an individual expression of this, it's either love being creation or fear being consuming. So because collectively we've been living on a template that is built on fear, by design, we are all pushed towards consuming. And when you're pushed towards consuming, it's haiko. It's constantly seeking the next high. And when I talk about high, I'm not talking about drugs, I'm talking about dopamine hit. It's my capacity to afford to buy this and the other. It's my ability to decide, oh my God, I've paid my rent and I'm at peace and everything is okay. Or actually I haven't paid rent and deuces, by the way. I speak colorful language, so please wink at me when they start coming out. Exactly. So when we live in a world that is built on a system of fear and control, it's very easy for us to be so driven by the one thing that is being used for control. And right now, that is money. You have it, you're good. You don't have it, you're absolute shit and less than a person. Especially for men. Thank you. Especially for men, right? The burden a lot is on them, but also for women. But then when you shift the flip to the side of creation, then at that point, it's no longer whether the money is there or not. It's about, have you created? Have you expressed? And maybe it sounds ridiculous. People with money, actual people who have money, when they're making plans, guys, they don't go about thinking, I can't afford to build that estate, I can't afford to. No, they're like, what does it take for me to put together that estate? So do I need to go and rate? Do I need to go to this? Do I need to go to this bank? And I'll just show up with audacity for 10 or 100 people and say, listen, I want to build a golf course with a helipad in Watamu. So because money is not something that stresses them or worries them, they're like, so this is what the returns would look like. They start speaking language of returns. You're there speaking problems of sina pesa ya rent kesho. And the reason is because you have been structured every aspect of you to dance to the music of somebody else's creation. When you shift that flip, when you stop being the instrument of somebody else's creation and you start creating, there's a line by this beautiful poet, he's called Khalil Gibran. He says, if you want to dethrone a tyrant, please, I'm not looking for stories of I'm just being very honest. When I say that, I'm talking about one term. But anyway, if you want to dethrone, if you want to dethrone a tyrant, your first responsibility is to destroy the throne you've built for them in your heart. So your first responsibility is to dethrone the throne you've built for money in your heart. Because money comes as a result of expression. And I'll tell you this, I was speaking to my mom's friend, both my parents are dead, so when I find mothers around me, I hang on to them. We were speaking yesterday and she was telling me, Chebet, do you know a week has gone and I've not used money? I've not needed to use money. She goes to the shamba for skuma, she tunas vitungu in the shamba, she tunas mahindi, which she dries and then she makes for unga. She hasn't used money for over a week. Guys, if we are so stuck on money is the result, is the everything. I was speaking to a friend today, he is working uko kwa Wantam. Wako uko leo. And this guy doesn't have a voice, he can't speak. He's barely expressing himself, he's sick. But alitoka uko 2 AM, na alifika uko 6. Namuuliza, yeah, boss, your body is screaming. He's like, money ajui gonjwa. I'm like, easy. Endelea. But na ukianguka pu uzikwe, hiyo pesa yako itaenda wapi?
But do you know
nobody will use it.
The sad reality is almost all of us, we have equated our purpose, our passion and all those things with money.
Money, agreed. Which is why we're living in a very distorted time and we get to have the capacity right now to make different choices because we are at a precipice of shifts as a collective, not as an individual. We are at the point at which the choices we get to make now is either going to perpetuate the world where we are controlled or enable the world where we get to start creating. Because we've never really tapped into ability to be creators. And the reason is because first we don't even know how to be human. We don't even know how to be human. We are shells of humans. And our capacity to fully be human, we don't know.
Yeah, and that's why you're here today. You will help us then to understand supporting here on my end. But really, the thing is, you know, when you talked about how love and fear, it's like sort of like one and the same, but then on extreme opposites. Most of us are on the fear part, you know, and the bigger question is then how do we move all the way to love that then we get to understand.
Where's the camera?
And what is the camera? But then we get to that point where we create, you know, like we then understand ourselves fully and, you know, and all those things. Now, so then for you, and education was so important that because you were told, okay, it's important, go to school, get a good degree, and you know, all those things. But then again, how did it manifest? Because, you know, like Gloria talked about, but I am learning. Listen, it manifested differently. How did it manifest then for you in terms of how you expressed yourself on a day-to-day, how you showed up to the world, that you look back and you're like, who is that person? Who was that person?
She wasn't even leaving at that point. She was surviving.
Yeah, I will say after all that, and after the education, and after my bachelor's, mostly I will express myself as a bitter person because I was so sad. I was like, there is something that I'm missing, but I can't explain it. Because I will see other people doing something that is influencing the world, but is this education what I can do to influence the world? Or how can I express this education to influence the world?
Interesting.
So it also, I think after campus, that's the time that I learned how to smile at the funny jokes. I was so serious.
Yes. I'm
doing physics. I'm doing physics, yeah. So everything is all about my science, and I need to perform.
Yes. We cannot perform with smiles.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. I think, and it's really said it, and you said it as well. The fear bit of things is what we've been conditioned to do for the longest time. And I don't think it's an easy thing to, get out of that mindset. You grew up being told money does not grow on trees.
Yes.
When you collect money, it's bewitched.
Money is evil.
Money is evil.
The people who have money, they are bad. Devil worshippers.
Yeah. So for you to get it has to be hard work. You have to toil and toil and toil. Na kama inakuja rahisi pia si nzuri.
From that perception, what is being seeded is the relationship between money and our feminine energy, because we all carry it. And if it's being demeaned as something bad, something evil, something to avoid, it goes back as far as how far back the church has gone. As far as
why did you look at me? It's not, mine is not religion. Mine is a faith. I think she needs her own show. Needs our own show.
We agree.
You guys need to call her on her own show.
She will have to come back.
Just to add on to it, the issue of money. Because money is not, we can't live without money. We can't do what we are doing today without money. So money is necessary. But I asked a question earlier while we were on break, and I said, what happens when you retire? Or you lose your job, and everything is tied to the money. What happens?
She's like, I have
student number one.
Those are things that we need to look into so that we understand, who am I really? Who am I? Because I need to be able to know who I am, even without money. And that's why I said with purpose, it doesn't matter, even the Mama Mboga, she has purpose.
Everybody has.
Everybody has purpose. We can't say that this, she doesn't have a lot. If purpose was really tied to money, then some of us will not find it, but others will.
I mean, either way, somebody
can afford it.
Because
they can afford it, they will find the purpose. So purpose goes beyond money.
Agreed.
Yet, at the same time, it's good to have the money, because sometimes it helps us fulfill our purpose, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it helps us fulfill that purpose. So we cannot demonize it a lot, but we have to accept that purpose goes beyond money.
There's much more to it.
So what I was saying earlier is, what has been done to money is what has been done to feminine energy, to the collective, to the feminine power, to the collective.
Can we understand the feminine energy? Here's why I'm asking. A lot of the times when you talk about femininity and the feminism, it's negative. It's us against them. It's, like there's a lot of fight and friction, when we think about and weak and can we just
creation
understand?
is built of three forces. The church puts it very well: the Father, the Holy Spirit, and the
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Right, exactly. God the Father, God the Holy Spirit,
God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit.
Good, exactly. God the Holy Spirit is the divine feminine, but you don't hear God the Mother. You hear God the Holy Spirit. That's the divine feminine. They're the forces towards which creation is created. There's a masculine force. Those are hermetic principles. Everything is feminine and masculine at the same time. So the conversation I'm trying to put across here is not demonizing one over the other. Is both of them needs to be balanced in an individual. Your feminine energy needs to be balanced, as well as the masculine energy needs to be in unison for you to actually figure out how your why will come out very clearly. Both of those things are important, because you will probably, at any level of growth, when both of these alignments are coming into place, like what she's saying, or like what you were saying earlier in the break, that you feel like your purpose is there, but then after a few seconds you're like, no. It's because there are parts of you that are refining towards that balance so that you can fully find what your focus of expression is. So Tying it back to money is the same conversation of we demonize the feminine energy, we demonize money, so then even achieving it, it becomes something, do you know, diamond is easily available in the world, but some people at some point decided to hide some and then create an existing demand around such things, and then now it's ridiculously priced, yet it's things that doesn't need to be priced in that way. Same as gold, right? So we create some scarcity so that there's some urgency towards achieving some things because some people will benefit from that point of view. Money, from the point of the patriarchal system, has been used as a control tool. But if we come back into the community approach of living, into the point at which we realize that we are caretakers of the land and not owners of the land, then at that point, money stops carrying the essence that it carries. Do you know why? Why? I won't need to have money for me to come to your house. If I have something I can give you and you have something you can give me, at that point, then I will not need money to that exchange. Which is why today, there are even laws that are demonizing seeds, organic seeds. There are laws that are being put that you can't share seeds with your neighbor. It's for that same reason why, because if we start doing those uku chini chini, then the corporations start losing the flow of their resources. So money is not a problem here in my conversation. No, please get me that right. We needed to build system to create ways of being, but the energy towards which we've put towards money is what the comments you're seeing today is creating that deep gap, that deep wound. I will tell you this, I lost my job in 2023, which is what catapulted me towards what I do now. I was working at Google, so please, when I say I lost my job. Anyway, so it was when they were laying people off globally. It wasn't that I wasn't a performer or anything, no, it's just that I lost my job. I sat down, I was like, the one before that, I was assaulted, the sexual one, so no, the one before that, it was a lot. I explored my career and I was like, imagine, no, I'm just gonna sit here and figure out what I'll do next. I went back to school. That's when I went to the neuroscience school. I was trained, ICF certified, and then at that point, please note, see that I have akiba ya pesa kwa bank. What I had was demeaning and issuing, and I have rent, I have school fees, I have siblings. Remember the part where that whatever little I can, I could share. Ilifika ikaisha. But I'll tell you this, guys, since 2021 up until today is the happiest version of me I have ever been, even when I have 0 shillings to leave the freaking house. So if we're going to ask ourselves what will happen when you get fired and you this and that and the other, I will tell you this, sijakosa kula, sijakosa kutravel, sijakosa kwenda uns, sijakosa kujibamba, sijakosa kushona nguo zenye unavyoona vizuri. I didn't need to go spend 5,000, 6,000 to figure that out. Nenda mtumba, I get something affordable, kwanza uko ronga, kapata tights ya 30 bob, sweats, and then you change them into something cute. I didn't need ridiculous amounts of money to do that. All I'm trying to say is this, we've positioned money in a place that it doesn't need to take in our hearts, in our lives, in our existence. And the moment you start to refine that, you'll start to realize that there are moments you didn't need money for some things to happen. She opened a door, you walked in, something was done, boom, story done. And you never exchange a coin with somebody. So the more we tap into our feminine energy, the more we balance our expression of life, the more we'll start to realize that some of these things that we had put here in a pedestal actually ziko huku chini.
It's interesting because just over this weekend, I came across a video on Instagram, I think, and this lady, I think it's like a coaching class. So the lady said, introduce yourself, and don't put your title. Do not put your job. Do not put that you're my sister, I'm a brother, and do not put that. Do not put how much money you have in your account. What would you say? With everything else stripped, how would you introduce yourself?
I think it's the hardest thing I have ever done. The hardest, because we wake up and we know how to introduce ourselves. I'm a broadcast journalist with over a decade of experience at TV, stage, and screen actor. I can say all of those things, you know, but then remove them.
Who are you?
Who are you?
That is part of self-awareness.
Right? Then getting to understand who we really are at the core, without all this,
without all
the
that
titles.
How
do we get there?
Yeah.
How do we get? I think for so many people that is the biggest.
It's the biggest question. And I think that's where it starts.
I'm not looking at you right now.
That's where we start getting notes. I would like for us to go on a break up and we get just a bit of feedback, and when we come back, the product placements, we will definitely get into that. We will do that. But we have a bit of feedback on WhatsApp. Let's just take a quick look at that before we go on the break.
Product placement presentation. Oh, yeah. Okay, this one says, good morning, Isaiah 12 verses 2b. The Lord. Oh wait, it's disappeared. Okay, yeah. Let's have it on this other screen so that we're able to see. This is the Lord Himself is my strength, and yeah, it's good. We seem to have a problem with this screen over here, so I think you can have it. Yes, at this other screen. But even at that, as we wait for that to be sorted, yeah. How many minutes do we have to go on a break, or do we just take the break and then we come?
Let's just take a break.
So.
We can take a break.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask then, how do we find ourselves, and we don't want to rush into it. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, we will figure it out together, okay? And the secret to purpose-driven life. Just stay with us. The show is Your World.
Welcome back to Your World on this Mindful Monday, and we've been talking about your why, your purpose, your purpose-driven life. What is that about? And we got stuck around money because we have to agree. There's so many things that we've been taught, we've been indoctrinated into when it comes to money, and how we relate with it, how we see it. And kuna kitu ingine pia we need to remember leo about your fear and love, and how yani tuko huku kwa fear sana sana, and purpose iko ndani yetu, si kitu tunatafuta uko nje, but then whatever is inside needs to come out, probably to help other people. Okay? Yani student.
Hey, student, and the manifestations of it and how we express it differently.
Absolutely.
We have
the question.
The question today.
The question today
is, what's that one thing that makes you jump out of bed excited, and why? What is that one thing that makes you jump out of bed excited, and why? We have a lot of you on WhatsApp. Mkona a lot to say. Okay?
Yes,
wacha tuone watu wa WhatsApp.
Let's hear it.
WhatsApp Nation wanasema nini ndio wao. Haya. Huyo ule tulianza na yeye. Anaitwa nani?
Anasema ni Reverend.
Bible verse.
Isaiah 12:2b. The Lord Himself is my strength and my defense. As you begin this week, may your strength be found in God Himself, in Jesus' name, amen. Reverend Esbon Mwangi from Kahio, Kirinyaga County. Asante, Rev.
Amen.
The only thing that can get me out of bed is a client that is always bringing in some good money after work. Salimia Yvonne Omondi. Yvonne, pokea salamu. Great discussion there, and I'm glad watching and learning. So I do some tasks, while I do some tasks over here. You all look gorgeous and decent. Thank you.
Asanta.
Hey.
Asanta.
Winnie.
Good morning over there. As me, Sibyl O'Brien. What excites me when I woke up, Nijirani Wi-Fi. Anyway, nothing much to bring in today. Let the Jesus be the juice upon you all.
Amen.
Hey, hallelujah. Amen. Awesome show, guys. My take on purpose is that it isn't given to you. It's something one decides, and through one's choice and commitments. For example, my purpose is to make sure I can provide for myself and the ones around me. Okay. Like we said, it doesn't have to be grandiose.
No.
Okay. It doesn't have to be anything big, anything grandiose. So small little things that you do on a day-to-day basis.
There's something he said about purpose being something you create. I think the question that I would have then is it something you come to? Do you wake up to? It's something that you realize as you go.
Okay.
We're dropping things together.
It is the energy. It is the energy.
We're dropping off all those baggages and we find out why. Yeah, so Yvonne, what is it?
Okay, the same way I will use my story. When it comes to purpose in my story, is that it's something that I realize while I'm going on with my journey of life.
Okay.
Yes, and purpose, I see it as something so, I would put it like a rope, so big. So when you come to passion, it's like you're tying that knot of passion, the skills, the ability, but all of them, they're making this rope. So there are some people who, while they were growing up, they were still young, they were able to find their purpose on where they can find peace while doing it and fulfillment.
Okay.
And they were lucky. And then there's some people who after retirement, that's the time that they're discovering who they are, their why. And then there's some people who needs to be triggered for you to find that. And I remember one time my master coach was asking me, if today was your last day on earth, what would you like to just do, or how will your eulogy look like? And that was like, wow.
Yeah.
Will it be?
Because I'd like to, like, probably, and up until this moment, I think I've thought, what would I like to eat?
Same. I'll be like, the places I want to go.
Yeah. To go somewhere. But now when we talk about purpose,
how will your eulogy look like? Will it be you went to secondary school, university, and that's all?
But will it be eulogy zote zile nimesoma zinakwanga na hiyo, went to this school, did this job, further to this,
and I think that's why, right? I think that's why they are saying at the graveyard is the richest place, because those people they have a lot. And another thing I also realized is that we have unlimited potential. And after finding out that I can transform life, I usually build everything that I do in the line of transformation. Yes. So when I'm going to that, my career, which I'm also in science, I ensure I transform.
Are you do you smile now, like in your career? Are you smiling? Because when you were in school, you were never smiling.
And I've also seen on WhatsApp somebody say it's a decision. That decision is tough, but you have to make it. Because it's a one decision that can change your life forever. I decided that I'm going to smile.
Okay.
And I remember that time I was so young, I would look online and they would be like, banana will help you to smile a lot. And I love banana till now. I think it's just like, it's a lot of banana. I love it. And I decided I'm going to smile. And that was the best, because I'm very sure most of my classmates that time, they usually look at me and they're like, is that Ibono?
And you have a beautiful smile.
Thank you so much. So when it comes to purpose, it depends. There's some people who are triggered, there's some people who are realizing in this journey, and there's some people who, while they were young, they were able to find it. That's their lucky.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I have a question for you. Because most of the time when we think purpose, we think you have to go through something tragic, something terrible, something life-changing for you to find your purpose.
Yes. Not necessarily, but very often purpose comes from pain, because of some pain that you have gone through and you've overcome, and sometimes you feel like you want to hold somebody else's hand, or you want to help others go through the same, just because you are able to overcome it. So it's not all the time, but more often than not, it comes from a place of pain. Or even the way she said she was in school, and that is a place of pain. It doesn't have to be a deep pain. But it can be a little, or maybe the way somebody spoke to you and called you mjinga when you are younger, and you choose now to handle people differently, or you want to handle children, or you want to mentor children, or that kind of thing. So usually it comes from, not all the time, but usually it comes from pain.
From a point of pain.
From a point of pain.
Yes. I do have a question. But when you talked about children, and remember how we did a series on attachment styles? And who we were versus who we are, how we were raised, has taught us to believe that we are. Now I'm just thinking, like, purpose, and like you said, there's some people who are lucky enough to find it earlier. So I'm like, so is there like some sort of like influence from our backgrounds, how we were raised, how we were nurtured to Yeah, is there like some sort of influence that then
our nurturing always plays a role in who we are as adults.
Okay.
Without fail, it always, and you'll find that if your mom used a certain oil, you find that you end up using it. If your mom used, I don't know, Imperial or whatever it is, you find that's what you're buying, especially for women, because the men don't have a choice. The women, so you find that you do a lot of maybe what your parents did, or if you did like what your parents did, then you do the opposite. Then you do the opposite. A bit of counseling also is that, especially women, if you're married, look at your spouse. You're either married to your dad, or you're married to the opposite of your dad.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because of attraction.
I'm enjoying our conversation.
She's looking at our faces. It's our husband to put unatafuta in your head.
Because it depends on the relationship that you have. And if you look at, young men, they are either married to their mom or the opposite of their mom. And sometimes it could be in thoughts, the way the person thinks, or it could just be in physical.
Subconscious.
Yeah, but it is so subconscious. That's why I said with nurturing, it will always play a role in our lives.
But then, does that fuel, influence, affect, impact our purpose and our journeys towards finding our purpose?
It could. It could. So when I work with somebody, if I feel that they are stuck somewhere, I will look into their past. Yes. Sometimes I don't. Depending on what I'm seeing, but sometimes we have to go a little back so that I can see where are they stuck, what is the problem. Yes, what is causing them to be stuck. Do you
want to see the contribution the same? Because the impact and the nurture versus all those things and how they impact our purpose.
So one of the best ways for you that I've come across as far as expressing what your purpose is, because remember I said your purpose is one thing, how you express it is very different, right?
Yes.
So when it comes to the expression of our purpose and the purpose itself, our foundational upbringing is absolutely tied into how we express that. And I say that because whatever it is you've gone through, guys, please, I've hit this and this and this enough times. So I understand when I say whatever it is that you've gone through is the exact composition that your soul needed for you to learn, for you to be able to have the capacity to express yourself in the way you need to express yourself. So 0 to 7 is when our beliefs, our foundations of who we are is being built, is how we relate with every single being around us. Your mama will teach you your feminine essence, your dada will teach you your masculine essence, meaning how you show up in the world, your power, how you express it, your capacity to control all of those things, controlling your own life and the life of the people around you. 7 to 14, now you start to find yourself around the niche, around your peers, around trying to understand, okay, so I'm learning now about emotions, you're learning about how to express them. 14 to 21, now we want autonomy. It's entirely built in the makeup of how our soul evolves. We can't avoid that. Now, that said, whatever it is your soul came to learn, that alone is a whole different story we haven't talked about in respect to your foundational upbringing. So your soul also has very specific lessons that it needs to come learn, which is why you're in this world. Guys, it's not by default. It's not, Uliza, you didn't apply to be born. Technically, we say that a lot, but the truth is our soul has a contract with certain lessons. There's a book I'm currently reading, and it talks about the fact that before you die, it's very important to make sure that you don't have unfinished business. Because when you go with unfinished business, as part of your spirit is left behind. And you'll have to come back and collect that. I know I'm opening conversations into reincarnation and all of these things, which is very averse to some people, but please bear with me. And then at the end of the day, your soul has very specific lessons to learn. Your family, your nuclear family that you've born into has very specific classroom to teach you. And then the ancestral line you're born into, for example, the rest of us, Africans, hello, we all have stories from here to Timbuktu to talk about that we collectively share as Africans, then as blacks, and then as humanity. So there's also the stories along your ancestral lineage that you'll have to walk through. The beauty is the makeup of your experiences, the way you've grown up, all of them, like I said when you talk about purpose earlier, all of them are teaching you something towards your becoming. So you're running, like us, taught her endurance, taught her perseverance, taught her to wake up at 5 a.m. to be here in the studio this early, guys. The call time was 10:30, nilifika 10:52. Wow. Listen, I love my slow mornings. I really love them. When I have to wake up early, I will, but I choose to slow into the day. It's a choice. And there's a comment that we shared on WhatsApp that our purpose is what we choose. That's very true. So you will have the seed, like a mustard seed, but you'll have to grow the seed. Haitamea peke yake. So you have the seed in your heart. So you have to create what it is that you get to express that seed as. So this is that conversation for gone are the days of being asked, what are you bringing to the table? The conversation is, where is your table? So we can combine both of our tables so it becomes big table for all of us. So we all have a table to build. And that table has the seed of the wood and the flowers and whatever you need to decorate that table was born with you. So your task is to uncover all the layers kama kitungu that is blocking you from seeing the white inside of a kitungu, because kitungu inje ni red, but ndani, guys, it's very white. So you're the same way. So the stories that we've gone through, imeka suit kama ile suit ya Koroboi, the tar. When you have the tar, when it's clear and it's new and it's shiny, everybody can see the light. But then when life has hit you, Koroboi inaeka smoke kwa hiyo glass, inaeka smoke, and then you forget that you had the seed to your becoming from the get-go. So our life story is the classroom. Ni kama sahi unataka kuniambia unaweza enda form 2 bila kufanya exams ya form 1. So can we change the relationship we have with pain? Because I can't grow a muscle bila kutear that muscle apart. I can't grow a brain cell without learning to expand that brain cell. We will have to go through pull and stretch. It's the point, is literally those are the forces of life. It's the gravity force that and then the energetic force that is the building blocks of reality. So can we change how we look at
perception about pain?
Yes, pain. Because when we shift the way we relate to pain, then we start to see them as exams. Exams either fail or you pass. And you feel so good when even when you fail, you're like, najua nile question number 15 because new question. So now it's no longer, oh, everybody is hating me, oh, I'm a victim. And then you're like, it is question number 15. Na ni wewe. Ni wewe ndio ulifanya question number 15 ka fail. So why is it that ni wewe ndio ulifanya question number 15? Then I figure that out, the next exam I pass. So when you start to look at life as a game, guys, it's a game. And you start to understand before you leave level 1 ya Candy Crush, uende level 2, lazima upite hiyo exam, lazima uweke uhitizo green zote zi align. So kama green yako iko huku na reds iko huku na unataka kuweka reds pamoja na green, boss,
you have to find a way.
Exactly, haitaweza. So the goal, yes, I'm trying to use the most understandable language to make it make sense.
A lot of sense. And I really like the shifting perspective when it comes to pain.
Yes,
and
ni exams, guys, ni exams.
I really like
so
that.
Ukiendelea ku fail exams, it will take a toll on you. But when you learn that you will never fail, I promise you guys, as a soul, you will never fail. The only thing you need to remember is, how do I freaking feel about my exams? How do I feel about how I'm doing these exams? Because if you can feel content about how you did the exam, whether you passed it or you failed it, it doesn't matter. Unasikiaje?
Hey, I may drop my tunaenda break, okay? But just one comment before we go on a break. So the question that we're asking, that is, what is it that
makes you jump out of bed?
Excited. Someone here says, one second, let me just get it. Michael Kariuki and Asema, just waking up by itself is just awesome. There are those who didn't wake up. From there, fulfill your day-to-day hustle, and try add value to yourself and those around you. I really like that.
I really loved it.
Love that.
It.
Thanks, Michael. What for Memka? All right, watch it to break and then we will come up and go through more of your feedback. But if you have any question again, by all means, send them our way. We'll direct them to our panelists this morning and they will answer them. But before that, let's take a break and then we'll see you right after.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Your World. Like we tell you every time, the conversation goes on during the break.
Yes.
And one day probably we'll just let you in on the amazing conversations that happen during the break. But today on Mindful Monday, we're talking about your why, your purpose-driven life. And sometimes you feel directionless. You don't know where you're going. What you're doing, this conversation is for you as we help you understand what that is. And we're asking you a question today. What's that one thing that makes you jump out of bed excited and why? What's that one thing that makes you jump out of bed and why? Tuna majibu kabambe pale WhatsApp. Pale WhatsApp. Watu wa WhatsApp. Wanasema.
Okay.
Awesome show, guys. My take on purpose is that it isn't given to you. It's something one decides and through one's choices and commitments. For example, my purpose is to make sure I can provide for myself and the ones around me.
Okay.
Very inspiring conversation today.
Okay. First, I want to Facebook, okay?
Yes.
Hey. No, I'm just kidding. So this one says, this is Mike Kadwaro who says, waking up and seeing my mom happy because without her being happy, I am also not happy. So purpose yake to see the mom happy. Wycliffe Okore anasema, just to find myself alive and healthy.
I love that.
Yeah. They really like that. And then another one says, this is Erudi Rains who says, seeing another day.
Yeah.
Another one says, Joseph Sanya says, cause I am alive. The fact that you're alive.
Yes.
All right. And then another one says, my favorite show, this is Feva Kerich. Thank you so much. Mingine sasa ni wa money. M-Pesa text you have received. Confirmed you have received. M-Pesa message. Wait, let's not regret money to the deed to our purpose. But really, and I think what everybody's saying, especially the ones who are saying, just waking up in the morning and realizing, hey, I am alive. I can open my eyes. I can, touch the ground and whatnot. It's just reason enough to get them excited for the day. And I think it goes to ties into what we all said, that it doesn't have to be anything grandiose. At your making marathons, how many kilometers? No, it's the small things, which is beautiful. The bigger question is then, how do we do it? From fear to love, because even especially millennials to lelewa na fear.
A lot of
you shake hands with a boy, you get pregnant. You you do this is the consequence. You do this is like.
But then there was no opportunity to understand what if you do it and something beautiful comes out of it.
Yes.
What if you dream? What if you just explore? What if it doesn't have to be in class? What if your talents are where you need to look into? Creative, which now translates into the love bit of things, which is the creation bit of things.
Yeah, it's a lot. How did you? What's it now when you awaken and now you're now fulfilled and it really radiates, right? And then you're smiling and whatnot. How did you get there? And utasema umefika ama bado uko safari inaendelea?
Okay. Yeah, for me, initially I would say I was not happy.
Okay.
But one thing I knew that I had something inside of me that I needed to give out to the world and also to be pleased with myself. So it starts with yourself.
Yeah.
So the first step after completing my bachelor's, I was thinking at what can I do more? And the first step was to heal. Because as Coach Gloria have said, there's a lot of pain that we are passing through, and this is part of the journey. Our life is a journey, and in this journey there is pain. And this is what it hardens us. And when it hardens you, you come out as somebody who is hardened and is able to give out to the world because you have already experienced it. So for me, I started from that point of I've already experienced what it means not to be happy and not fulfilled. So the first step was to heal. And the best way to heal is to go to see a therapist. That was the first step. Because I said I enrolled for mental health training. And from that mental health, I realized that I needed a therapist, somebody to talk to, somebody to express myself on how I feel, so that from there we can see who am I, you know, what is my strength and weakness. And from there I was able to find my strength and at the same time weakness, that they seem to be weakness to me, but they are my strength at the same time. And from there I realized, Yvonne, you can do something. You are the best. You can do something. There's something that, you know, you are extraordinary. You are the only one in this world that you can deliver that. And that is how my journey started. And I remember in 2023, I realized that I have a lot of knowledge and information, but I don't know how I can give this to the world. And that is the time that I started looking for how I can package this information and knowledge to the people and give out to the people. That's the time I joined coaching training. I didn't know my purpose. I just wanted to share what I had that time. And when I joined training at first, when I was going through understanding my purpose, I was like, okay, I need to connect with myself for me to realize who I am and what I can give out. And I remember there was this part of creating your vision, and I was like, yes, I need to know where I'm going. I need to know my destiny at the same time and align with it, because it's who you are in the middle and at the end. And you also have a lot of potential that are coming in, and you need not to go out of that line. So that is the time that I realized this thing that we usually say, I'm technical, I'm this. There's some time it makes you so much limited, because purpose is not about being technical. You know, I'm an engineer, I can do this. I'm a doctor, I can heal that cancer. No, it's not about that. It's what you are giving out, and you are freely giving it out, and you are giving out from the point of peace, you know. And that is what I realized. And after realizing that I can transform the world and lives of other people, they can be able to listen to me and also be able to change their lives, that was the beginning.
Oh, wow.
And how do I maintain it? Because this journey is more of pain. And that is not that after finding your purpose, there's no
now
pain.
you're the happy.
That is the starting of the pain.
You know when you say it like that, that's what I remember
at the beginning of the show.
Remember our conversation, pain is a message.
Yes.
It is a message. Where are you looking? What is your perspective about that pain? Are you looking from the point of love or fear? If you're looking at it from the point of fear, you'll have to fear your whole journey of life. You need to look at it from the point of love. I'm experiencing this because I'm the only one who is able to come out of this pain.
handle it.
Yes. And that is the journey. That's the one thing. Another thing, you also need to have that connection with you. Anything that you are feeling, that's you. You are human. Don't be too hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself, because there's a lot of things that will be coming and will be pushing you out of yourself. You need to ensure you maintain yourself. You need to accept that I'm human. Maybe I'm a lady. I'm positive. Be positive in everything. Even if it goes like not well, it's not your fault. Be at peace with yourself and positive. Have compassion for yourself. That is how you are maintaining your purpose. And another thing, we were told while we were in our 20s, between 20 and 30, try everything. And people will ask, how? If I try everything, will I find my purpose? Let's remember that purpose is something big, and we have a limited potential. When you do everything, you also give yourself that opportunity of finding something that gives you peace. When you experience it, you know, isi yangu, yeni yangu. But by doing it, trying and trying and trying, we are making our lives to be very comfortable. And we are playing that game that coach was saying. We are playing it because life is all about playing that game, getting that money, and at the same time using that money to also help other people. And the other people are waiting for you because you have something that nobody else has.
Where? Really?
Where you can clearly tell this one has put in the work.
The work completely. And painting the picture of the girl that was there before, and she did paint a picture of who that girl looks like. And the girl now. I love it.
Do the work.
I love it. I love it. I love
Let's
it.
do the work.
I think the same question from a coaching perspective.
Yes.
You know, moving from the thought to probably something tangible.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Now we've been told there's pain there.
Yes. So I'll share from my life as well.
Yes.
And yes, mine came from a point of pain as well.
All right.
And I deal a lot with women. More women. I rarely deal with men. I don't know whether it's maybe because of where I'm coming. It's me. And as she said, yes, we give whatever it is, we give from. And I'm the only Wamwene with all that I have. And you're the only person who, you know, there's nobody else like you, not even your siblings. So I also came from a point of pain. And this is, mine goes a little further back, because of coming from, and I'm saying this because it's in the public domain, so I'm not sharing anything that's not, coming from a dysfunctional family and seeing how difficult it was and the tears and, you know, how hard it was, let's say, even on my mom and all that. And how it shaped me as I grew up, how the difficulties of growing up in a very difficult family. And so because of that, my desire was always to work with women and to work with women, especially who might be stuck or having a difficult time in marriage, so that we can move together. Because over the years, I've become unstuck. I have learned and I've overcome many things, many things. Many things that stem from childhood. Self-sabotage, you know, imposter, lack of confidence, lack of you don't know. So I have overcome those things. This morning, as we were having breakfast with my husband, you know, he said, I know you can do this. A few years ago, I would have been worried. I would have been, but today, I know you can do this. That's actually what he said. A few years, you would have panicked, you know, but I know you can do this. So I've come over. And so that's where, that was my turning point also. Just knowing that I can walk with women again. I usually do it with women and youth. And I think because I felt that I lost something in my youth, where maybe I didn't have somebody to say, you can do it, you know, or somebody to encourage me at that time. Maybe it's because I felt that I lost that. I am very passionate as well about youth. So I mentor a group of about 15 university students, and they come to my home once a month. I mean, no charge, nothing, but we've been doing it for 3 years. This year we had 6 graduations. And what am I doing with these young ones? I just want them to have a place where there is a safe space, where they can talk without their parents, but just have a safe space. And somebody who can say, you can do it. You know, because it's not everything that we are able to tell our parents. So I just wanted to give these young ones. And the thing is, they make me really happy also. There's my Gen Z group.
They teach you like slang.
I'm sure they see me in you know, so I love it. I know all of them are online because they were like, hey, they call me Auntie Mom because they're both their auntie and their mom. But why I'm saying this is, you see, again, that has come from a point of pain. So that's what I was saying. The point of pain usually is what propels you.
So you just, how you look at it. If you don't look at it as something that's going to put you down, instead draw from that and change your life and other people's lives.
Wow. Did you ask a question or was that a comment?
No, just a comment.
Your comment.
Yes.
So that's why when I'm working with my clients, we look at where are they stuck. And where is the point of pain? The point of pain could just be in the marriage at that time, or it could be in something else. So we look at that, and then we see how can they get unstuck. But for me, it's because of where I came from and where the Lord has brought me up to here. The other thing I wanted to say, there's somebody who said that his purpose right now is to wake up and take care of his family. And I was going to say, purpose changes. it's not a constant.
Okay.
Yes, it's not. A few years back, I didn't have this mentoring group, you see?
Yeah.
But now I do. A few years back, I was not coaching, I was not a purpose coach.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Yeah.
So purpose changes.
Yeah.
There was a time, my purpose was to bring up my sons.
And that's okay.
Yeah, and that's fine, because I wanted them to grow up to be young, responsible men. Well, they are now young, responsible husbands.
Yay!
They are young, responsible husbands.
Yes.
I had my birthday, I think a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And they just told me, Mom, take care of the guest list. That's it.
Wow.
Oh, and together with the wives, we are going to, and they did the rest. They were telling me this is where we are meeting. I think a few days before.
Yeah.
They did the rest.
Oh.
You see, that's what you want.
Yes.
So that was my purpose at that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So nobody should feel like they're not living their purpose now.
Yeah.
Yes, as long as you're doing it and you're doing it well.
Yeah.
It will come a time when you will need something else.
Yes.
What happens when the children grow?
Yeah.
What happens?
Yeah.
You see?
That's
when
true.
the children...
It needs to morph into something else.
It needs to morph into something else.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
Okay.
I
Yes.
always look for the grandiose.
The
Yeah.
grandiose, it's in those, because
It's
I
like-
think when you talk about you, I just be like, see, they're your children, you need to take care of them, they need to be good, responsible human beings. I would probably wouldn't look at it as, it's a purpose.
It's that
but it really
it's a purpose.
is.
Yes.
It is.
You want to bring up
Intentionality.
responsible
Yes.
citizens.
Yes.
Yes. And what does it take you? It takes you waking up very early in the morning.
Yeah.
It takes you
A
you
lot
know,
of intentionality.
A lot of intentionality.
A
A lot of intentionality. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Chebet, ile kitabu.
Ile kitabu.
Tumefikia.
Page 50.
Page 55.
Subsection to do
Let
what?
me tell you guys, as I open, okay. So,
Moving from fear to love.
From fear to love.
Yes.
Woo, guys, let me tell you first. Nilikuwa nadhani kuna kitu cha kwetu.
Let me tell you.
I was speaking to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's become more of a brother than
Okay.
anything else. But I met him when I was working in a couple of years back. I won't say which organization, but if you check my LinkedIn, you'll find out.
Yeah.
The owner of that company used to send him to speak to me when there was drama at work, because he used to ask him, how do you work with that shetani?
You.
Child. Yeah, me. So I was a completely different human being before I walked this path.
All right.
And the level of pain that I was carrying tore me apart mentally, tore me apart emotionally, tore me apart physically. So much so that at some point I was coughing blood in a hospital about to die.
Oh no.
When I recovered, at that point, I didn't even know anything about the stories I'm talking about today. Absolutely zero. And if you know what I'm talking about, that's what most people in the spiritual space talk about, the dark night of the soul, when you're really going through yourself being torn apart in every level of your existence. So my pain is not really the work I get to do today. It's from joy and from the desire to teach that I get to do what I do today. But my pain helped me uncover me, because I was so down. You know rock bottom? Yeah, rock bottom has rock bottom, guys. I found it. So when I got out of rock bottom, when I tell you I was 120 something kgs at some point, when I tell you I used to check my blood sugars just to know how much food I can eat, when I say rock bottom, I was completely rock bottom. And then out of nowhere, I'm light. So much so that my friends would tell me, the version of you that went to Hosi and the version of you that came out, those are two different human beings.
Yeah.
I hope we get another day to talk about,
to just talk about yeah.
Because the truth is, my pain or the journey that I went through sharpened the woman that I was becoming. But it was my desire to express my healing that gets me to do what I do today. And it was in that journey that I really learned that as humans, we are material and energetic, both of those two things. And we can't have one without the other. Those are they go together. It's the infinity symbol. One side of the 8 is your material aspect. The other side is your energetic spiritual aspects. So this book, technically, since we were asked to ask about it, we're here. This book, technically, it's a workbook. It's a self-mastery workbook. The way I've structured it is it will first guide you in understanding what are your energetics or your soul requirements and what are your material requirements. Because we don't have to choose either or. We get to fully be ourselves. So the spiritual aspects of self, the way it expresses in every single moment that we live, is your intentions, is your values, and your soul's desires. Those are things that your soul came with the intention of expressing. Okay. And then there is your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Those are very material. We can measure them, we can feel them, we can connect to them. So the goal is merging these two aspects of ourselves. But the thing is, most of us don't know that the moment you know your intentions, you cannot be controlled. Because if I know why I do the things I do, then
somebody
will not come and convince me that this is a better path. And then the moment I know my values, then my boundary walls are up. Because now I know this is how far I can go. From here, unanibeba ujinga, by the way. And then you cancel that engagement instantly. And then the moment you know your intentions and your values, then you now figure out, you get to the next point of your desires. And then you're not trying to map it out from the ether. You have your values. So you start to explore, what about me can I fully express right now in respect to these values so I can fully embody myself? Now you start building your desires off of those values, not something uko nje, which is why it will be very difficult for you to be controlled by consumerism, because this is you kind of taking back your power. Because the moment you know your intentions, my intention today is to be at ease. Like she says, she chooses to smile. I will tell you every day I will write in my journal, I journal daily, that today I am really the vessel of peace. I am peace. Today, that's who I show up in. I will find that Matt hooting at me, I'll smile at him.
Peace.
I'm like, guys, whatever you're sending, it's a gift you're giving me. Your attitude is a gift. I can choose to accept the gift or reject it. Do I feel like I have the energy to deal with your gift? Absolutely not. And I can also see where your gift is coming from. It's a place of malice. It's a place of trying to put me in fear. Honey, I'm good. I don't need your gift.
Not today.
It's not today. So now once you've mapped out your intentions, your values and your desires, then you come and decide, today I will choose to think like this. Today I will choose to feel like this. And today I will choose to act like this. So you see, you've aligned how you show up in the world and you've aligned how you show up internally. So at that point, please don't ever talk to me about your traumas, your fears, and because in what I've shared with you, none of that is in the picture. I want to say this.
Okay.
Do we need to link?
No, we don't need to link. We're good for now.
Okay.
Healing is not complex.
Okay.
I want that to be clear. Healing is not difficult, because when I started my journey, I did not even know that by learning the things that I was learning, the next thing I don't have endometriosis. Guys, I had been dealing with endo since I was 19. And August of 2021, I remember texting my friend Ongeshi, and I'm like, babes, I have peace and I have zero pain. If you know endometriosis, you know that when your PMS begins, you're in a hospital trying to figure out how to not have pain, to get to a point where all the diseases in my system just disappeared. It's just a switch of a gene expression. Your genes, how your genes express. It's a switch. Na nika kuwasha bulb. Aina kazi, guys. It is not difficult. Unafinya kidole. It is not complex. The only thing you need to know is the tools that will allow you to know how to switch that switch off or to switch it on. So which is what this book will help you, because how this will support you, because once you map out your values, because also know sometimes you might have a value as my family or family as a value. Like that's also important. And then you have a family like hers and mine that is toxic or was toxic. So now your value is your family. So you have to hold on to people who are shredding into pieces. But your actual value is connection. Not family. So family is what society has told you to think that is where your source of connection comes from. But no, maybe acquired family is what will give you what you're seeking as a soul, and not your born family.
Gloria, you know.
So you will walk around with a value that is created by society, thinking this is a powerful value. It's my family, guys. It's my mother. Nyandia Gashago, hi Nyandia. She was talking about on Engage the other day that we talk about deadbeat dads, we don't talk about deadbeat moms. So you're saying my mom is my rock and my foundation, but uko chini ya kukatakata yako yote. So you're holding on to something that is tearing you apart because society has made you to believe how important your parents are. Black tax. So, but then the moment you release yourself from those things, then you start to realize, okay, I can actually serve my family better from this position than I was when I was inside. You see now how important it is to really know what your true values are, because you might think you have your values clear, but that's what your boss told you to believe is important. Your pastor, your priest, your wife, your husband, your children, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, when you truly really connect with yourself, as she was saying, it starts and ends with self. It starts and ends with self. Because for you to have the capacity to actually see the intentions laid upon you, or the options given to you, and you choose one that looks like right now does not have instant gratification, that requires a lot of courage. For you to be like, I'm pulling out from my family because it will be for myself, it requires a lot of courage. So if you don't have the template for courage already embodied in you, utaogopa, utashinda ukienda, ukirudi, ukienda, ukirudi. Because why? We haven't built it. So that's now where the conversation of the work I do comes into play, because my job, I work with both men and women, children. In fact, as you're talking about your coaching, your group with the kids, I do super teens camp. And the reason why I run this camp, particularly with teens, young people, I've trained, the way my job is structured is half of my time is in service to the community, the people who can afford to pay me, and then half of it is charging Nation, hi Nation, I'm happy to come train you at a bill, and then I use that money to serve the community. That's how I've structured my business, right? So, and in the way that is, part of the way I get to work with people is, as long as you're a human existing today, you tell me, did your mom teach you how to work with your emotions? Did yours teach you? No, we didn't. We don't have this teaching. They didn't know. I'm not faulting them. They didn't. Nobody taught them. Nobody taught the ones who came before them. So that's the world we live in today. So for as long as the foundational tools of being human is not instilled in you, tutashindangapa tukidecide venye pesa ni muhimu. Because at that point, we are stuck at the conditioned control version of who we are versus the embodied expressed version of who we are. So how do we do that?
It feels like, you know, that conversation we're having of how to let go what doesn't serve you. This is a whole conversation on that. But our time.
Lois amepita kana tuangalia zile za guys get out. Masaya did. But before we say goodbye, let's go through some of the WhatsApp messages.
So to wrap it up, just quickly, first, you start with your body. That's your foundation. It's your body. When you look at the way the soul expresses itself, the most densest is this. And then our emotions, which is the emotional body, and then the mental, and then it goes on and on and on. But for now, start with your body. If you don't know where to begin, start with how you feel. Once you've mapped that out, and you've truly learned how to be in your body, then you can start understanding, disconnecting the mind from the body, and now look at the mind separately. So you start to observe yourself. You start to metacognize. You go into metacognition. So you start to understand, to see yourself in action 24/7. And then after you've seen your mind and you've understood, you've connected to your body and you've seen how your mind is functioning, then you can start creating an identity that is not built upon stories. And that will require you unlearning and relearning, unlearning and relearning. But it's a journey I'm happy to work with if you want.
Fantastic. And we're happy that you made your time, really. To ideally, because have we learned? Yes. Are we still learning?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, what's up? In like 30 seconds before we say goodbye, on the question that we're asking you, and that is, what is that one thing that will make you jump out of bed excited, and why?
To make sure I've added some value to what I have. Good stuff.
All right.
Let's have the next one.
Okay. The WhatsApp has Nimi.
Oh, okay. I'm Elsie and I'm actually watching for the first time today. Yay! Welcome to the club. Unlocking your why and how I can get to Yvonne and Gloria. They'll give their contacts just before we close the show. Hey, it's Wamuji from Roy, waking up to work towards growth, to nature, to nurture something, to maturity, and also can't miss the sunrise. Feminine power and masculinity, yin and yang, same thing, balancing.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. This one says, what does beautiful ladies? Hey, ladies.
It's okay.
Beautiful ladies, sharing is life-changing. Honestly, let religions aside. This is spirituality, real spirituality. Okay.
Yes, but would they mind sharing their contacts for consultation purposes? Thank you for such great stuff. I'm learning, relearning, and unlearning. It's my sincere prayer and desire that we may all learn to be kind to each other. It is well, Cheb. Maybe at this point you can get to have your contacts, how people can get in touch with you.
Yes, in like 2 seconds, like
yeah. We can start with you, Yvonne, go. People can, yes, like 10 seconds each.
Okay. For me, via social media, Yvonne Awino Omondi. I'm a transformational coach. LinkedIn, Yvonne Awino Omondi. YouTube, Yvonne Awino Omondi. Facebook, Yvonne Awino Omondi.
Sawa. 10 seconds.
Okay. Social media as well. Purpose Coach. Instagram, Wamwene Kariz.
Okay.
Yes. TikTok, yes. Wamwene Karaoke.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay. So for me, website www.nimimi.org.org. Nimimi, like I am. And then if you want to connect with me directly, I am Gloria Chebet on all socials. You'll find me there.
All right.
And we can,
Thank you so much, ladies.
Yes. Thank you, ladies.
It's been enlightening, illuminating, elevating, all of that put together. Asanteni. Sana. It's been a blessing. Hopefully we'll have you guys join us some other time.
Yes.
But for now, we gotta go. Adios.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.